everybody, it is Calxiyn and Hunter here. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys should subscribe, become patrons over on Patreon to support the channel, and follow us over on social media. So, one thing really quickly, when you guys are seeing this video, I think it is November the 30th. My birthday's actually next week. I'm just wearing the birthday hat because all of the other videos we're recording today are gonna be, you know what, like, the whole week is my birthday at this point, from now until December 7th. December 7th is my actual birthday. Just wanted to put that out there. Anyways. It's just, we have a birthday week, you know what I'm saying? And so we are gonna do our analysis discussion situation of this episode, and so we have a lovely shot of the exterior of Atlas Academy.
Look at that lovely exterior.
And, yeah, so Penny wakes everyone up, and I just love... Look at, like, Blake is not a morning person, sis. Look at that face, right? And
also, look at those Atlas pajamas and respect them and appreciate them before they get released on the RT store for $75.
You know what's weird, though? Like, okay, so it looks like that they're black, but then they have the stripe, and then they turn gray. Like, what is going on?
I don't know, I like it.
What is happening? Also, I'm afraid to buy... So, in the RT store, they had the old, like, Atlas set, the Atlas Academy set, and it's white track pants, white shirt, and a white hoodie. And so now I'm like, sis, I've wanted those for the longest time, but now are they gonna release something like this? You know what I'm saying? I wonder if these are actually like the leggings and these are shorts. Yeah. Does that make sense? I don't know, just weirdness going on here. But yeah, I really want the Atlas Academy set from the Rooster Teeth store. Because I have all the other track pants, because that's all I wear in my life. Anyway, so I really like just this scene, and, like, Yang is just like, what the fuck? Like, what time is it? And I like, time to be huntresses. I really like that. I think that this is so...
thing she has going on here.
I think this is so cute. I did want to look around, but it doesn't look like there's actually anything on the desk.
No.
But I do like, Blake is just not ready, like, you know what I mean? But Ruby is, obviously, and I sort of like that. There was, like, a montage situation here, and I really like the montage because it just shows how much they've grown over. I'm assuming it's been a couple weeks. Or like a week, you know what I mean?
That's a good point, because this would denote like a time skip.
You know what's good about this, okay, is that a lot of people were saying in the timeline, Neo and Cinder were like 3 weeks behind the regular plot. And so now, if we've skipped to 3 weeks, you understand what I'm saying? We've been resyncopated. I know that's not exactly how it works, but it's like if they skip ahead 3 weeks and it took Neo and Cinder 3 weeks to get there, suddenly all the timelines have reconvened. You know what I'm saying? Okay. What I really like about this is that John's walking with the coffee, and then he notices how happy Marrow is, and I'm like, Marrow, get your own fucking coffee, okay? Like, how long have you been here?
What if he just wanted to see John? I mean, he doesn't. He just wanted the coffee, but I also like how beforehand, like, Harriet was looking at John like, you dumb bitch, like, you're gonna get...
Yeah, and then she looks up, like, she sort of glanced over. I kind of like that. Eyes up, Huntsman, and so poor John is just like...
Cut back to the
Look at this face. You know those memes where it's like straight face, and then it's like... Yes. Like, you know those memes? I want that meme, but with John, please. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Or the ones where it's, like, stone face and then the person's going like that? Like that's the meme.
You did an excellent job at describing
Maybe
this.
I'll just post a picture of it. Maybe that would be easier.
Okay, let's look at the background. Yes,
all right.
because these are just...
Terminated 2 days ago. So was the mission terminated or was Jack terminated? I think all of these people just got fucking fired at the bottom.
Search and rescue, bounty terminated. I don't know, that's scary.
Yeah, but these are in progress, okay.
McLaughlin, Urban.
I feel like these are just random fucking
Part of me
names.
wants to just, like, who the fuck's McLafferty?
I don't know. That sounds like it's supposed to be, like, some Irish situation.
All right. I'm surprised they didn't put, like, a joke in the back.
And then you have, like, all these other stuff.
Ackerley, Amber, David Tilton.
I like how because Amber was named Amber, but, like, you know what I mean? Not everyone
May
just
Levine,
has one.
May Levine? Is that May from...
No, May's dead, remember?
Oh, right,
and May's also spelled with a Y. You know what I mean? Like, just the reusing names, because that's just realistic. Like, there isn't only one Blake in the world. There isn't only one Amber. We don't really know if Amber's real name was Amber either, but anyway. But yeah, I really like this. I guess this transition to the...
This is also just, like, a really, like...
It was very fast-paced, and for a reaction, that was kind of like... Like,
a lot of us
what's happening?
Around.
I like how... Okay, so Ruby kicks Crow for sleeping, but she falls asleep later in the episode, which I think is funny. Look at... He's like... I like
I'm awake. I'm here.
Yeah. And so they've been taking, like, supplies to, to the thing.
Space where they're going to launch the Amity Arena.
And so you can see that they have to fight
said
manticores, but they look different.
They're frosty. I like them.
I think that, I don't remember them having the front horns. Like little beast horns, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I really like this scene, and I like Ruby and Weiss.
They also mentioned bandits as well, and I would find it really interesting to see, like
different, you know what I mean? Because it's not Raven's bandits, it's like there's North bandits, there's Mistral bandits.
I'd want to see what the Northern bandits look like.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Also, we get
I guess in a sense, Robin is the bandits, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I don't know.
Wow, I really like this shot because it's just so, like, look at this shit. Like, this is, like, rusty and disgusting and terrible. You know what I mean?
You trip and fall. And I also love that Nora's just having the time of her life playing with Ren's braid.
Yeah,
Bumps into him.
I don't know how I feel about this, though, just because Ren seems so disinterested in her, and Neon brings this up later. Like, I hope that this is something that gets similar to the Bumblebee stuff. Like, obviously, they're focusing on both romances. Right? Like, this season, I would argue, and we talked about that in a different video, I would really like them to sort of, with what's going on here. And they did something with Blake and Yang this episode that I actually really liked. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what to do with these two. Elm and Vine need to sit down, Nora for a talk.
I feel like we're going to get more of their development later on, but just as it stands, it's been a lot of fun scenes.
Listen, Robin, at least you have the two best of Team Juniper. Sorry. Everyone else. Sorry, Pyrrha.
They used to be the second and third best of Team Juniper, but of course there was a management rearranging and it was a whole deal. Anyway,
so I really like this.
Saw it on the news.
Marrow's like, hey, have you two ever thought about diversifying or something? He said, like,
picking different partners.
Basically, yeah.
Switch. I also love his style of he's always giving unwanted advice or unwanted inclusions into conversations, and everyone's like, shut the fuck up, Marrow. I just love that. I
don't really know if you're Styles, and then Yang, I don't know if she's mad because of him. I'm assuming that's supposed to be the joke, but they both, mutilate this Grimm.
Not only mutilate that Grimm, but then throw it over and kill 3 more Grimm. And so Marrow just kind of turns around with the smoking wreckage in the background.
I like how look at Yang. Yang is doing that other meme. The guy with his...
Yang just did it to him.
And then Blake's just like, I just really love that. Oh, okay, yeah, she crossed her arms and she's just like, yeah, what the fuck are you gonna say to me now, bitch? He said nothing.
It's really good stuff, just immediately understand.
Okay, oh my god, this is the scene of my dreams.
First off, all the kids in RWBY look adorable. I just I like Friends, I like Sad One, I like...
You like the Sad One? Hunter?
The Sad One looks so cute.
I like how he says, you know the drill? Like, Jean has been doing this for days. At this point, no, because I think he actually has. I think when everybody was assigned to the job, they've been assigned for weeks, because Ruby's been doing the same thing. Yeah. I think Weiss has too, but Weiss just didn't come that time. And then Yang and Blake have been doing... So Jean has just been helping these kids
Little kids in RWBY are adorable, and we need to see more of them. Look at that leader.
He's just so happy. I know the drill. I got ya.
And then there's the thirsty moms, which we finally saw thirsty moms.
I'm so happy.
This is legitimately hilarious.
I love it. I love it so much. I'm so happy.
It's another casserole.
Look at them all in the background. So he's just been getting...
I love the move that this mom
I think
pulls.
You'll find everyone appreciates having a huntsman around. Look at her.
Oh, I love that.
I love that. And it's totally the haircut. I really like that too. Okay, so some people were, I think, going a little bit too, I don't know what to call it, a little bit too...
Hard
on the scene, which is oh, well, what if that was RWBY and these were men and they were hitting on her? It's shut the fuck up, okay? It's funny. And I think it's funny because of John. And John's awkward and not necessarily seen as the most attractive. You know what I mean? I feel that's more of the point, where it's Jean probably never thought he would be in this particular position, but here
and we because are. Jean has been in the position of being very a
nerd,
romantically forceful for people for Weiss in the past, it's this very interesting reversal on him.
Yeah.
Then it's just the moms are cute.
I just think it's funny, okay? Leave it alone. I just like it. And I think I understand why Miles was excited about it.
Yes.
Because, and look at how much personality they gave each one of these
You also can
moms.
kind of tell who's, like, related to who.
Yeah,
if you go back, because, like, that woman in the back who's kind of bashful is, like, I get, like her
daughter
vibe.
right there, yeah.
And then with this kid and the one who's very forceful,
yeah,
and even gray hair and dark skin.
Well, this kid, it seems to go with this kid, and then the gray hair mom. I think that, like, all these three are all, like, related, and that's supposed to be the intention, or you have this one who's sort of, like, bashful in the back, maybe related to this one. So it's all their personalities are sort of coming through right there, and I really like that. So yeah. Also,
we so rarely see cars in RWBY.
Or children.
And so it's
anyone that's
or like
not,
roads.
You know what I mean?
It's just like, because I was always curious, like, do they have public transit, like a really robust Vale public transit system?
These kind of look like work cars, so I would say they probably have like a monorail, probably more so in Atlas. Like you
see that especially in Argus, how they have those streetcars that everyone's using and are pretty busy.
But yeah, I just really like this scene. I know I will accept no criticism on this scene. That is all that I have to say about that. I also like how Clover's like, you can spend your free time however you want. And like, I feel like this is a big fuck you to everyone that's like, you like, Yang's ignoring RWBY, you know, because she's dating Blake and she's not being a very good sister anymore. And they're not spending any sister time together. Like, fuck you, okay? They're spending some sister time together. So fucking relax, okay?
Everyone loves that familial activity of running through the ghetto, killing giant saber-toothed demons.
Because it's just like, I don't know, people just want to find something to be mad about, and so I feel like what they found to be mad about this time was like, you know, like Yang and RWBY were so close, Blake is ruining their sister relationship, and I'm just like...
And you got... Like,
what? Okay?
You got them together and
they're fine. Fuck you. Anyways,
talking about sisterly relationships.
I really like this, how she's showing off now, because she couldn't do it before.
Yeah, because, last time she did that was in volume
And she barely did it the first time.
Barely did it.
Right? And
she
so
basically
I like
created
how
a cheese
Winter,
knife.
I don't know, she sort of smiles here. You know what I mean? Like, she looks very strict, but she's also happy.
Yes.
You may not hear Oz anymore, Oscar, but that doesn't mean we can't try to jog him loose. So Ironwood's like, let me beat you up, and hopefully Oscar, or hopefully Ozpin will come back.
And save you from
Look
getting
at him,
teeth
though.
knocked
What
out.
I loved was just... Like, he was so, like,
put up your dukes! Like, it's very... Also, the idea of, like, an Atlas simulation training room is
very
something...
She-Ra? That's what I was thinking
It's
of
very
while
She-Ra. It's also
this.
very fan fiction. Like, this has been an idea since, like, the very first fan
Well, that's
fiction.
what I thought when I saw it. I was like, oh, that's kind of like how in She-Ra there was the simulated
Honey,
room in...
What are you using the simulator for?
It was She-Ra season 1. I think they had it on the Hordax, on the Horde side, and then you also have it when She-Ra's training with Light Hope. So it's like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so then we get to this part, and this I thought was really funny. So here's the thing.
So he has a weapon. He has that shield thing on his back.
Yeah.
But he doesn't use it, or he hasn't used it so far. He's just been using his, like, arm goopy stretchies.
Maybe that's all he wants to
Which
do.
I dig it, and you know...
We don't even know what this is, though.
Yeah, it could be a dinner plate.
Like, for all we know, it's just a magnet, like a really big magnet. Like, we don't really know. I feel like he must have used it once. Maybe he didn't.
I genuinely do not remember.
But it's kind of like, you know, Velvet never used her weapon. She just kind of stood around a little bit and punched people. So, yeah. I really like how he at least catches Jean, though, so Jean doesn't fall like...
So you get the idea that the Aesops aren't malicious. Like, they are just trying to do their best.
Vine says, have you ever thought about extending your aura? And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, and John seems to be thinking about it, but what does it mean extending your aura? Is his thing, does he have a lot of aura and he extends it on the outside of his body? Is that what Elm and Vine are both doing?
So just how he passes his aura, he can pass his aura in like a shockwave or in like some kind of... Because remember how they said that previous to the volume where
remember how Ren does that thing with the Grim?
Where he stops them?
We haven't seen anyone do that in a little while.
He's just stopping it with his aura, but what I was thinking, or like when he projects it to explode.
Yeah, that's what I would say, like, have you ever thought about extending your aura? When Ren does the thing upwards and sort of pushes his aura into the Grim in Volume 1, like, that's what I would kind of, but I'm like...
Or the idea that, like, Jean has done, like, long arcs with his sword and it causes, like, an extended area of, like, a ranged attack almost.
But it just, like, because I feel like he's asking that. I sort of wonder about this. I'm like, is this an extension, like, of his aura? Is that his
By that extent, if, like, Elm did that, could she have giant, like, tree legs and, like, stilts she would walk on? Speaking of Elm, we got, like, big buff lady smacks people around scene. I love Elm. Also, like, holy shit, can we get his face? Look at that face! That face is
Ren
interesting.
Ren is sneaking, right? What I love about this scene, too, is that Ren is sneaking up on her, okay? Like, look at him over here. Yes. He's sneaking up on her. He thinks that he got her, and she just fucking, what?
Decks him.
What? Like...
Also, I love that face of, ah! Thump.
And I also really like this because...
So Weiss is helping RWBY as well? Yes.
Yeah, so I'm a little, like, confused about what's going on here, but I think that these are just glyphs.
They're trying to speed each... they're racing, I suppose.
I guess so.
And Weiss is trying to help RWBY.
Someone was like, well, it's not fair because Harry, it's on the inner corner, and so she gets an advantage.
She does get an advantage.
Listen, all right? Fucking relax. It's not that serious, guys. It's okay.
But also, RWBY's getting help from Weiss.
I doubt that they're, like, you know, racing, like, totally seriously. You know what I mean? Seems like they're just having some fun. You know what I'm saying?
Where... everyone. Also, this scene is adorable. Like tired Weiss brushing her teeth.
Yeah, and then Yang and yeah. See, look, is this their skin? Are they wear what?
No,
what is happening?
No, that's not their skin. It's
what
just
if
a stripe.
Is their skin?
No, look at their skin. It's a different color.
No.
Than that. Yeah, look at their flesh on their arm.
Yeah,
and
but
the white. Yeah.
Their legs are probably not as tan. I'm just like, is this like?
No, it's just a stripe. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Leggings are like that. That's like or like.
I don't know, cause
yeah, that's normal.
I don't know. I'm just like. Are these pants?
Listen,
are these shorts and
we are seeing people
socks?
being adorable, and you are avoiding. Like, look at that. Like Weiss brushing her teeth, Blake like getting her sleepy girlfriend.
Like RWBY's so like ready to tell like Penny all this stuff. And look at
RWBY
this.
and Penny's are such good friends, and they're building them up to be such good friends, and they're gonna tear down whatever they've been building up, and it's gonna hurt.
Anyway, I really like
Sean
this.
and Marrow being buddies now.
I really
look at
like
Ren
that.
so happy.
I was just gonna say that. Look at Ren's face.
Is he like
there.
looking at Nora or he's looking at them? He's just
Maybe
happy.
he's finally glad Nora's fucking tuckered out. That's what it
tuckered out.
You know what I mean?
Look at how
And so I made sure to try and capture each one of these. So this is one. All right.
Yes.
Look at Yang trying to, but Blake's just not like. Hello, could you guys just not?
Give
you know what
Blake
I mean?
a
This
moment.
would be like me doing this to Hunter, and Hunter's over here like what? And like Yang's crossing her arms like damn.
Like they're
that
just
didn't work.
They're tired.
Like, you know what I mean?
But RWBY's still like way into it.
Well, I meant more. She's crossing her arms because she
Yes.
tried to do the arm thing and it didn't work, so she's grumpy now. But yeah. Oh, look at how cute this is!
That's very White Rosy.
So nice.
And then we have them all like leaning. Look at how happy RWBY looks. There's a really.
I could never sleep like this. Like, good on you, Blake. All right, but like, I could never. Is what I'm saying.
I think there's like a comic, like a really old kind of sort of famous popular RWBY comic of like Weiss laying in bed, and then Yang running up with under one arm Blake, under the other RWBY, and like, Cuddle Brigade! And they jump on, and this reminds me of Cuddle Brigade.
RWBY, you cowards, release these without the grid.
Yes!
Okay? Release them without the fucking grid. I know that you're watching. Anyway.
And then, frickin' they show up! Oh my god!
And we were freaking out. We were just like, that's the only thing we didn't think of.
Was Funky showing up, or we had talked about it earlier.
Yeah, but I mean, like, for this particular episode. But we had talked about it, like that we hope we see
or that
Team
Neon
Funky.
would be part of Robin's group, but they're still together, and we get to see the rest of Funky.
Nice that they're still together.
She's still saying, never miss a beat.
Look at the effects on his stuff, like, oh my god. I just love him so much. And I
still never
Neon
miss a
has a
beating.
really nice new design.
Yeah, I love
really
it.
like her... I don't know what you call it. Her
suspender
crop?
crop?
Her suspenders.
Her suspender crop top hoodie?
And so we couldn't hear this during our reaction the first time because we were like
screaming
freaking out.
Yes.
But I like how she says, come on, Lightning Bolt, aren't you supposed to be fast? And so she's basically bullying Nora. Yeah. Here's the other thing she says, which I feel like ties in with the Ren and Nora situation this volume, is that she says, wow, your boyfriend's actually holding his own. And then, where's all that energy when he's around you? And I love that. Like, love that. But
she also chirped, like, Yang and Weiss when they fought each other in Volume 3.
Look at this guy. Oh my god. I just, like, hello.
Here's the thing. I feel like if the team's name was Team Metrosexual, he would win.
Is he supposed to be based off a meme? Okay, because Flint and Neon are both based on memes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what meme is this man based off of?
I don't know.
Okay, so apparently the stupid Team Funky characters are supposed to be based off of the, is this dress white and gold, or is it black and blue, if you guys remember. I still hate their weapons.
I fucking love that.
Okay?
That's
hilarious. I still hate them because their weapons are fucking
I love that
lame.
so much.
And that was the whole thing with Team Funky, is that she had roller skates and nunchucks and cool shit. What cool shit do they have? Nothing. But yeah, I do like what they're based off of. I just wish that they spent a little more time giving them good weapons. Because what is this? What is this really, Hunter? He just punches the air. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're minor background characters.
I know, but still, like,
they
just put a little
have to allocate
in. You know
their resources
what I'm saying?
correctly.
I'm just saying. Anyway, I still don't like them, but that's a meme that they're based off of. I don't like them. Again, to clarify, the meme is great now that I understand what they're supposed to be, but the weapons are still fucking trash, okay, compared to what Neon and Flint have, all right? That's just my opinion. That's just all I'm gonna say. I think that compared to Team Funky, they look a little...
They look less funky and more fashion, you know?
Yeah.
If it was Team Fashion, I would get it, but with, like, Funky, it's like
maybe we just don't know the meme he's supposed to be yet. And we'll
he also kind of reminds me of Emerald.
Because, like, look at this guy, like, hello. Like,
he looks like Sephiroth. He doesn't necessarily look funky
like
either.
Sephiroth.
He looks like a blue Sephiroth, yeah.
I sort of wonder, though, like, is he a meme?
He's Cobalt, which
I know,
is the
but is
K.
he a meme?
I don't know what the meme. I don't know. Is he Sonic? Is he Sonic?
Oh, maybe he's Sonic.
Is he Sonic?
I don't think he's Sonic.
He's too attractive to be Sonic, you know?
But yeah,
he can't be Sonic.
I don't know. I feel like they forgot. Not that they forgot. They probably knew, but I'm sort of like, why not?
My best idea for what the K in Team Funky was going to be Team DJ or DJ Khaled.
Oh my god.
And it was going to be like a chubby dude in like a tracksuit that would fight by yelling very loud. So this is probably better than that idea. You know what I mean? Like
Flint and Neon, they work so well together because of their funkiness.
They're both funky. But they're more fashion
who designed
than funky.
You? Like, who, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, again.
I like the designs.
I'm not trying to be mean. I like the designs, but not for them.
But they're just not funky.
Yeah.
Like, they're fashion, which isn't funky. Do you feel me?
Yeah,
like they both look like high fashion, especially the other guy with like the no shirt.
But you understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like,
giant dip.
Why not just go
DJ
back
Khaled.
to what they were all supposed to be and make the other two memes?
Yeah.
I don't know what memes you would make the other two exactly. Like
Uganda Knuckles. I don't know.
I don't know what memes.
Maybe it is a meme and we just don't get it.
But it's not. There's nothing funky about their weapons. Like, the whole thing was, like, Flint had a trident. He had a trumpet. Yeah. Sorry. And then Neon had roller skates and nunchucks. But this guy just has a fucking... He doesn't have anything. He's just punching. And the other guy just has an Ilya whip.
A whip, yeah.
I don't know. That kind of looks like it should be a relic.
Yeah, when you think it looks like it's... Yeah, it has a relic color design. I mean, I like how they look. It just,
I was excited to see Team Funky. Oh boy. I almost called them Team Punky, which is like a whole different thing. Yeah, so I was excited to see them in the reaction, but now that I'm sort of looking back on it, sort of in a critical
I really liked Neon in it.
In the analysis, I'm just sort of like...
The additions are
why are they lame? Hello?
But it's also like in Team Sun, how it's like there's Sun and Neptune and we care about them.
Yeah, but Scarlet has a nice design.
Yeah, I think they're designed well.
Yeah, but like, you know what I mean? They just don't fit the theme of the team. You know what I mean? Like Scarlet and Sage
unless they are a meme and we just don't know the meme. But then again, like, you didn't know what Flint Cole was.
Yeah, but he's
you
still
didn't
cool.
watch Achievement Hunter.
He's still like...
I would say he's cool, but I don't know if he's like funky.
Achievement Hunter.
Hunter, anyways. He's cool, but he's not, like, funky. He's more like fashion.
Yeah.
High fashion.
I don't know. I'm just sort of sad that, like, they had an opportunity to take some really dank memes, like the dankest memes in the past 5 years.
What would you do? What would
I do? Like, for a meme?
Yeah, what would you do? Baby Yoda? What if he's Baby Yoda?
I don't think he's Baby Yoda. Listen, okay? I'm not necessarily, like, super brushed up on my meme
I would
hood.
want it to be, like, very out of date.
But you know what I think would be funny?
What?
I think it would be funny to have 2 twins, and one of them's the Kermit with the hood on, and then the other one's the Kermit that doesn't have the hood on.
What if he's Kermit?
He's
what if he's
not Kermit!
Oh my god, but what if he's green? He has, like, a round head. He's totally Kermit.
He's not Kermit
He's
the
Kermit.
Frog.
He
You know what I mean?
is Kermit.
But yeah, I feel like that could be interesting. I don't know what weapons you would give them,
That's
but
a
that's
really good
business.
idea of, like, Kermit and, like, oh, that's really funny. Okay.
See,
he's totally
I know what
Kermit.
I'm doing.
He's
Or even,
totally
like,
Kermit.
I
I've
really
decided
like
he's
the
Kermit.
meme of, like, the girl that's, like, watching the house burn down or something. Like, you
Oh,
could have,
yeah.
like, a fire. Like, have they really had, like, a fire character? Like, a fire. Like, you know, Yang, like, people are like,
Yeah,
oh, her
she's
hair
on
goes
fire.
on fire.
Yeah.
Like, but that's not her set. Like, imagine, like, an
Shoots
actual,
fire.
like, shooting fire situation. I don't know. But to fit more, like, with the funkiness of
What
sort
about,
of
like,
the roller
SpongeBob
skates
that,
and
like,
the...
makes a weird face and chirps at people?
I just feel like
What about Silence Boomer? What about, it's like, okay Boomer?
Oh, God.
Can we have, like, can we just have one that's, like, a Fortnite? He fights, okay, character, right? Character, but he fights in Fortnite dances.
I feel
Like, he flosses and he defeats his enemy.
I feel like that.
I feel like you aren't giving...
More of the Team Funky thing isn't necessarily that they're based off of memes, but their weapons are just so random. Like, Flint has a trumpet, and then Neon has sort of the roller skates and the nunchucks. And so I would focus more on weapons than the meme itself particularly. And if I was gonna give the other 2 weapons, I mean, there are so many fan concepts, but I do like the idea of, like, a dancer.
I do like the
sort
idea
of
of
what you're
him
saying,
being Kermit.
like a break dancer.
That was a joke.
I kind of like that, though, because they're all sort of musical in a sense.
Okay.
Like, you know.
Well, then we're doing DJ Khaled and a B-boy. Can we decide? B-boy and DJ Khaled. We agreed?
God.
We agreed.
I guess.
Okay.
But you guys get the point by now. We don't really have to keep going.
But then again, I really love Neon in this. She's such an asshole. And she's so, like, just the way she moves to the music, I love it. She's so much fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
We
I
were
was
going
backwards
the
That's
entire
okay.
time. I was like, do you have a... Or, like, the scene where she goes into the center of the room and she moves 3 times and then she gets the shit kicked out of her. But
yeah.
also, go back? I didn't notice this. Nora can, like, ride her...
Her thing like a broomstick?
Yeah,
Like, what is
that's
happening?
new. Was that her, like, new addition she got?
But yeah, like, what the fuck happened to his weapon? He had it in his hand. I guess he just knocked it.
Oh,
like,
that's...
hello?
Oh, yeah, the guy knocked it out of his hand. Because they were, like, losing up until that point. Yeah.
So, Ripper Rudy to Oscar, I guess.
Yeah, and then we go,
And then
and Ireland's
Ireland's
just smiling slightly. Oh, our boy
poor
got...
Flint.
I like his new outfit. I like the
really
long
like it,
jacket.
too.
I love Neon's new outfit as well. It's
But
so,
yeah.
like, aggressively weird looking. I just dig it.
What else would be super random to have as a weapon? Like, we have nunchucks, we have roller skates, and we have a trumpet. Oh, you know what I like? You know what's in the box over there?
The hat?
Yeah, that would be a cool weapon, wouldn't it?
Like big, like, rabbit ears?
No, like a hat, so it's a hat, but then you shoot from here, like it shoots. Like,
So
you know
someone's
what I'm
like,
saying?
huh! And
Like,
they...
and then it goes, and it's like the hat. I like that.
So there's, like, a Canadian team where one of them weaponizes their toque. I really want the Canada team.
Oh,
Can it be
boy.
Team A? If she's like E and 3 H's, kind of like Sun?
Oh my god.
Can we have Team A?
Anyway, Nora!
That smash cut of Nora screaming, decking her, and going like, wow! And having a black eye. That is amazing. It's just so in character how, like, she's a terrible person when fighting, but
I just
afterwards,
can't get over,
she's
like,
so personable.
these two do not belong. Like, are you guys even?
Why? Okay, alright, blue guy who kind of looks like a Gundam, totally. But, like, I dig Fashion Boy. I dig Green... I dig Kermit,
I don't
you know?
It's just, when you look at them, they don't look like they were all designed at the same time. And they probably weren't. So I don't know what to tell you. But
Like,
yeah.
look at that man.
I
God,
don't know.
he's fancy.
He just, I don't know.
I feel like the more I look at him, the more I appreciate him.
It's the opposite for me. The more I look at him, the more I wonder, like, what the fuck were you guys doing? Like, could you not make them have something cool? I like how Oscar blushes here, because Neon called him cute.
Oh.
I like that. But yeah, I really like to,
I just love...
Do you see this? Okay, Flit. Disgusting. What the fuck are you doing,
well, because he spits and...
I know, like, trumpets are full of spit. I get it, but...
it's kind of gross. So,
why?
Yeah.
Why are y'all doing this to me?
Glad it went by fast.
Anyway, and so that's his name is Cobalt.
Yes.
And I'm like, is that gonna help us? I don't know. Maybe he is supposed to be Sonic.
He might be Sonic. I look at him.
But I still don't like it. I still don't like what's happening.
I like that he's Sonic.
Anyway.
And also a sandwich.
But yeah.
The leaf on his head. I also love Meg Turney's voice acting in this as Neon.
I really like Flint's too.
Yeah, she's just into it. I dig it.
And
also they're so cool. Also, like, they're the same age roughly, but are Team Funky like registered huntsmen?
No, I think that they're still in school, right?
Okay, because
they didn't flunk out of school like Juniper did, basically,
and
right?
Still got licenses, so that would be pretty weird.
It's also interesting that Oscar seems like he is gonna end up a part of Team Juniper, so we're gonna get some Team Orange situation.
We don't call him Team Orange. That's
still Juniper because his last name is Pine. Right?
Okay, yeah. One thing about that is that I find interesting is just we don't call him Oscar anymore. We call him New Priya. Which means he's also probably gonna die.
Anyway.
Moving forward, that's the end of the montage. It was a very good montage. I loved the entire...
Very long...
But it was, like, jazzy. I dug it. I
analyze,
just enjoyed it.
I think. But yeah, Ruby's like, why can't we just take a fucking airship? Anyway, this part isn't really important. It's just Ruby falling.
But it's just like, there's just...
Look at the penguins!
So I take issue with this.
What? You take issue with this, but not the horrible Team Funky designs? Please explain to everybody why you take issue with this.
So they're in a tundra. They specifically say tundra.
Sure.
Penguins do not exist in tundras.
Why?
They exist in coastal areas.
Okay.
In cold areas. They're not on a coast.
Alice is on an island.
Yeah, but they're not on the coast.
How do you know?
Because we fucking see it. They're not on the coast.
Yeah, but they could be on the outside of Alice. Alice is
and
basically an island. It's surrounded by water. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not an island. It's a continent. They're probably way too far inland.
It's a big island.
Yeah.
Is it a big island?
They're way too far. Okay.
Like the UK is just a big island.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes. So it's also not a continent. Also, continent is arguably. Anyways, point is that they're too deep inland.
They're not. You don't know that. There could be water on the other side.
Well, then what? They're gonna have to. Can a penguin climb a mountain? No, a penguin cannot climb a mountain.
See, there are big mountains on this side, but this side looks more like the beach.
They cannot. They're gonna starve. Okay, they're gonna die.
On the penguin side,
those penguins are gonna die.
We're looking
as we all know,
there's
as
water.
we all know, there should be polar bears. Or there should be Arctic foxes, and also apparently ravens can live in tundras.
Well, maybe.
Which maybe raven can be out here.
Maybe these are special penguins.
Yes, that are able to leap mountains.
No, but there are no mountains. See that this kind of looks like the beach?
It's a tundra. They specifically say tundra.
I know that, but I'm just saying it could be like most of this is tundra, but then what the penguins are, there's water. Like, why would there not? Like, it's a circle. Atlas is one big circle. Like. Anyway.
That was mostly as a joke, but I like that was mostly me as a joke, but you will genuinely defend it. Anyways, I love Penny in this scene because she's like learning to be a person, and it's just so adorable. Like, relationships are so varied and interesting.
And so she's like, have you been able to make any new friends? And then Penny's just like, nah.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? And then she has this moment I love where she's like, I wanted both the things I have to do and I want to do. Like, she's becoming a person, and I find that so adorable and wonderful.
Anyway, let's talk
about
And I
loved them so much, and it was such an amazing moment. How do we spend more time on the fucking penguins than we do?
It was nice, but I don't really have anything to say. It was a nice moment.
I just really like the idea of Penny becoming. Because before she only thought about what Iron would want, and now she's thinking about what Penny wanted.
I wouldn't say that. She wanted to go to school and like do a bunch of things. She's always focused on what she's wanted.
But like she also was often under the thumb of Ironwood, and now I guess maybe she's wants.
I mean, I think she's more under the thumb of Ironwood than she was last time.
But she still wants that freedom.
But she always wanted it. Is my point. Like nothing has changed except Penny is more constrained by.
But she's like realizing it, or she's like describing it to herself now. It's metastasized.
I mean, she's describing it to RWBY. I don't think it's as deep as you're.
I think it is as deep. I think you're trying to get revenge on me for my distrust of those penguins, because they're not real penguins. They're agents of Grimm. But I really dug this scene. I
like the scene. I think it's cute. I don't think it's like super deep or anything. That's all that I
mean, it's not super deep. It's just, but it's like that's what's happening. She's becoming a person.
But she was already a person. She already wanted things and acted like a person before. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like this is more of a case of her not having been around people since
maybe
Team RWBY basically left, since they fucked off and she also died, right? Like, I feel like it's more of a case of that because, you know, with Ironwood and Winter, everything is very formal. Like, I feel like that it's not like, oh, guys, Penny's becoming a person. It's sort of more just like, you know, she actually has someone to talk to that is not Winter or Ironwood. True. Right.
But then again, I get big sister vibes from Winter and Penny as well. I just really dug
this is what I want to talk about, okay? Yeah. This is fucking hilarious.
That's funny that he says he wins again. He must be really great at gambling.
I mean, because he has good luck, but what I'm wondering is, why is it Crow's bad luck canceling each other?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or is it just not working right now?
Like,
he
can't control
it.
It should be neutral at this point, and they should both have an equal chance of winning.
But he can't control it,
Maybe he's actually better.
That's true.
So, what I really like about this...
I like the idea of shut up and deal. That's it.
Is like, your niece is sure one of a kind, huh? Like, this is where I started to be like, uh-oh, Hunter, Clover's evil, right? Like, I started to think of that, and Clover could still be evil, okay? Yeah. But, like, this scene was actually really nice, but, like, in our reaction, I was like, Hunter, oh no. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not good. But yeah, I like how also there's actual... If you can see, there's actual cards, like, in here.
Yes.
But yeah. And so, he's like, good thing they had someone to help get them through it, you know what I'm saying? And he says not everyone is so lucky, so I wonder if that's a hint to his particular backstory or whatever. I'm like, what's on the cards, though? Like,
Clover.
A little flower, or a clover, I guess, yeah.
This motherfucker makes his own...
card deck.
Yeah.
Is this not rigged? Like, are you gonna
I don't trust that. What if he's just cheating?
What if you shuffle the cards, Crow?
Yeah.
Then we'll see what happens, right?
I mean, they're not betting money, so it's just to pass the time, so I guess who cares, but...
And so, hopefully they'll leave Remnant better than when we left it for them. I really like that.
I thought that when they moved hands, I thought they were gonna touch hands,
No.
but...
Once upon a time, I would have drank to that. I really like this line. And then...
You shouldn't do that, you know? Yeah, no, I stopped.
I like how he seems sort of like embarrassed almost, and then he tries to deflect again by just playing the game, and he's like, no, a compliment. And I'm like, oh, like, this is cute.
It's like learning to love yourself.
I'm glad that a really great scene. If Clovers and Crow aren't gay, right? Even though they apparently were trying to animate certain scenes to make things as gay as possible. Like, I like the effect that Clover is having on Crow.
Oh,
at least.
But
look at this!
Head
like, oh, like that's so cute. I like how she calls for Uncle Crow instead of Clover. Like, she's like, Crow, who doesn't know anything about whatever's out here. Can you come help us, please? You know what I mean? But it's just RWBY wants her uncle, right? I like that. RWBY wants her. I like how Clover's like, no, worse than the
I feel like there's subtle change in Penny where she's like business mode now.
Yeah. And so I like her outcomes thing. But yeah, so this is where we got to see Robin in all her glory. And the also, Sheep Girl, which confirms our theory that Sheep Girl was...
the happy
they all have this weapon, so I'm assuming she can use it.
It's a crossbow thing.
But
I also
we know
love
Robin
the
has
idea
a different one.
That Lamb Girl is so small and like cute and adorable, but also will fuck your shit up and is so grumpy. I just love her so much.
It's interesting to hear Christina V here because you hear her more as Marinette, but I don't know. I felt like the voice acting was a little weird, but not because of her. Like, there were just pauses in weird places, and I feel like that's the fault of whoever edited it and not necessarily her. Like, you would have to listen to it, but I was like, I don't know, like something sort of weird about this a little bit. But yeah, I don't think it was her that was weird.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pay attention to a word you said because I'm staring at Grumpy Lamb Girl. Oh.
Anyway.
Hop, 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 hop.
And so I really like this scene between Clover and... Because Clover's trying to be passive-aggressive, but also not hostile at the same time. You
also,
know what I mean?
That looks like a pretty rickety fence, and that's a pretty big car. You could just blow through it.
I know, but they're trying to be... They're actually standing in the way, though,
yeah, I guess
right?
that's true.
And so I guess this is another thing that Ironwood's doing is he's like, yeah, these are totally construction materials. Like, he's marking them as construction materials so people don't know what's going on. But I'm sure that if they actually got the truck and opened it up, they'd be like, well, fuck, this can't help us fix anything. Yeah. Like, this can't help us do anything. You know what I mean?
I love Lamb Girl so much.
I love her face here. Like... I just love this. Because she knows they're not lost, right? Like, she knows. She's giving them a chance to fess up. But clearly, you know, I was hoping you'd play it straight with me. And
it's like, I haven't played it straight in a very long time.
Oh my god, that's funny. But yeah. And
Annual
so,
checkup,
I really like this talk between them.
Because she knows.
Because she knows shit, right? She knows the law, like...
So she's like being...
Do it, baby, I know the law. That's
baby, I know the law.
Yeah, that's a James Charles meme. It's hard to explain. Anyways,
is James Charles gonna be a character in Funky Team? Is the K stand for
You know
Charles?
what? That would actually be a good idea for Team Funky. Would be like somebody to fight with makeup brushes. No, I'm serious. With dust, and each brush would have a different.
He has a palette
dust.
as a weapon.
Yeah, it would be different dust inside. Come on, Kirby. It's better than fucking Blue Sephiroth, okay? I don't know what to tell you.
First off, Sonic and Kermit are good people, and they've done nothing wrong.
He's not Kermit the Frog Hunter. Anyways.
One day we'll find it. The marble connection. Anyway.
Yeah, so I like, that, you know, I think Mantle deserves to know what they're being used for.
It was just a really tense scene that, like, at any like
I like how she extends her hand, like, she wants to cooperate.
Why does she have a glove with just this finger out?
That's her shooting finger.
What? Yes, but I guess, but it's also attached to her wrist, so she's not really pulling a trigger.
I like how she looks at Ruby and Crow, so she doesn't know Crow, which puts a hole in our theory that she was ever. She could still be part of Raven's tribe when Crow wasn't around.
Potentially, I don't know. You know I can't remember that they had some kind of history together, but it looks like that's not the case.
Yeah, but
however, she seems to have a lot of history with Clover.
Was anything like that on our board? I think the only thing Raven related on our not Raven. Robin related on our board was that she used to go to school with Winter, and nothing's proved that wrong yet. So. Hunter is checking the board.
Winter and Robin were teammates.
That's
we have that down. Rigging to make Robin win, then killing her.
Yep.
And that's all we have.
Okay. Yeah. So we do not have anything about her knowing Crow. But yeah, a lot of people thought that maybe they had a history because they fought so well together. But I don't know. Maybe they just.
What was the line you pointed out earlier that Clover said that can't relate or something when he talks about being able to trust people?
Wait, what?
There was a scene earlier. I think it was when Clover was talking to...
Not be able to trust people.
Not trust people, or some idea of having
like
people
to
look after that he didn't have that, or doesn't know what that feels like, or something along.
Yeah.
There was a line like
Not
that.
everyone has that. Like has like somebody older
there was
to look out for them.
Yeah, exactly. So
one.
Do you think potentially he could be referring to Robin?
No. Why?
I don't know, because do you think they might have a teammate thing, or...
I don't think so. They clearly have run into each other before.
Well, I mean, they're both kind of famous, you'd imagine.
Yeah,
relatively speaking.
I think what Clover was saying was you did good for the kids. Not everybody has someone like that, when, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so not everyone, he could be referring to himself, or he could have just been saying not everyone.
I guess so, but maybe there could be, I don't know, something there. Listen, it's our job to overanalyze.
They don't look alike at all.
Well, I mean, they don't have to be related. They could have just been, I don't know, grew up in similar circumstances.
Maybe.
And so
I don't know. I like it much better if Robin has some sort of connection to Winter, like that they were on the same team or something like that. I like that better. And so I like how she's just gonna take over the truck.
She got elected. Oh boy.
Yeah, so
it was very tense.
Not that she has an evil side to her, because I don't think what she's doing is wrong exactly.
She's
right?
just...
Ironwood said that these materials were supposed to go to Mantle, and they're clearly not going to Mantle.
And she's just protecting her people.
Exactly. So she's just like, well, fuck you, we're gonna take them to Mantle.
So you know how some people felt that Adam was just, like, not a crazy ex-boyfriend and just someone who was looking after his people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that characterization better applies to Robin than it ever did to Adam.
Yeah, because here's the thing, like, Robin is like, we're gonna find out no matter what it takes, and I get that, but at the same time, she comes from a place of where things are sympathetic, right? Like, Mantle's actually owed something.
Yes.
And they're not getting it.
Yes.
And so she's just gonna take it from
exploited,
them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so I like how Penny is just like, like, comes out. But here's the thing, Robin knows that she can't talk her way out of Penny.
Can't beat Penny in a fight.
That's not what I mean, though. It's because she's like, what about you, 5 o'clock Shadow, right? But she sort of, you know, she's just like protector of Mantle, right? Because she's not protecting Mantle, she's protecting Ironwood. Penny is. Mm-hmm. Even though she has the title of protector of Mantle, she's not doing anything to help Mantle, right? And so that's sort of what I mean, is that she sort of throws verbal jabs at everyone, but they don't work on Penny, because I don't think that Penny
is aware of that.
Yeah, like, gets the nuance of that, you know what I mean? Because she's still a robot, and maybe she'll feel something later where she's like, I'm supposed to be the protector of Mantle, but this isn't what Ironwood told me to do. Like, it could be something like that. And so these two fuckers are, like...
Invisible.
And so I'm assuming that they're similar to Ilya, where they're,
faunus of some variety,
like,
but they don't have to have,
faunus, but they don't have anything on them that we can see.
Because, like, with Ilya, she's kind of, like, bespeckled.
Yeah, but they can have tails, and they're just...
I don't know. It's like, do they have some kind of technology? Is it the staff that does that?
I don't know.
It's confusing, for lack of a better term.
So these are two of her happy huntresses, I guess. Which we were like, oh, like that's... I like that this character seems to be, like,
more
pretty androgynous. Yeah. But they're all still, like, happy huntresses. Because before we were like, oh, like, is this person... They don't have a pin, right, that we could see in the shot while they were spying. They have one now, but I'm saying the other episode where we saw her, Lamb Girl had a pin there. So I was like, I wonder, like, is one of them... here for the faunus and one of them is here for Robin, and they sort of have a joint thing together, and I feel like they still do have a joint thing because these two people are clearly faunus or something. But yeah, oh boy, I just knocked the microphone. But yeah, so
who do you
that's
think
what
would
I was
win?
thinking.
Because this is like, because it's 4-on-4.
Yeah, because see how she's a protector of Mantle, huh? So you can sort of see Penny does seem to react.
Like she doesn't want to go through violence.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
You can see, okay, this person has a little earring. I don't know if that's supposed to be something else, but that could be like, I don't know, like a faunus, like a tag. You know what I mean?
I don't.
What, like animals have like little like tags on them sometimes,
guess so.
And so I wonder, like, that could be their backstory, is that they were Schnee Dust Company or something. You know what I mean? I'm just throwing it out there. Like, is that an earring? Like,
I think sometimes it's just an earring.
But because like she has
bell.
one too,
and it looks like a bell, kind of like a bell you would put on a lamb.
Little goat bell.
Yes, she's so adorable.
I know, she's just so cute. And so
like, I wanted to murder today.
She lets them through, right? But I like how he says good luck at the election. Now, what if this is like...
Even if they...
controlled. Okay, what if he's controlling his good luck and putting it to her? Does that make sense?
I don't know.
Like, what if this scene means more than... Because he, you know, when he's saying... He said, lucky you, Crow. Not everyone's so lucky to have someone like you. Like, every time he's used the word luck or something, it has been in a capacity where it's sort of been important. So I wonder if him saying good luck at the election, and he has a good luck semblance, like, we had this theory that maybe Clover could teach Crow how to better control his bad luck, but what if he's like funneling all his good luck into hoping that Robin wins?
It's also interesting that I get the same idea with Ironwood, that even though they may not always agree on everything,
well, anything is better than Jock. Like, let's just be honest.
They still kind of believe that she is a good option, or at least a better option than Jock.
Well, someone has to win. Ironwood can't win anymore, right? And so I wonder if this, like, what if this could counteract Watts's stuff, because Watts is obviously helping with Jock, right? But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they may have some sort of history just because they talk like they know each other, so they could have been on the same team or something, right? And that's what broke the team apart, and that's why he's, I don't know, like he's sort of above team, he's sort of above the Aesops in a sense, like he's the leader. Yeah. He could have, like, I don't know. They have similar color eyebrows. Who really knows this? But yeah, I hope that they're not related, because not everyone has to be related. What I will say,
just
though...
Just everyone who I ship, or I imagine is being related.
No, why would we ship people who are related?
People
what people were saying, though, was that she actually has a very similar color eye to Yang. And so we were sort of, like, thinking,
Raven?
like, no... Like, what if she could be related to Tai Yang?
Wait, is Tai Yang's eyes purple?
Okay.
Or are they blue?
His are blue and Raven's are red. You put blue and red together and then you get purple. So theoretically, that could have happened the same with her. So some people were like, is this Tai's illegitimate child?
I don't know.
Like, is this a girl related to Tai Yang? I would kind of like that.
I don't know.
Because we know nothing about Tai's, like, family. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, that's true.
Is like, everyone just, like...
No one has grandparents?
Realistically, nobody just has one sibling. No.
Yes.
Not what I meant.
Both of us have one sibling.
No. I was going to say, realistically, not everyone is a single child. Is what I was trying to say, right? You know what I mean? Like, Ruby has her sister, obviously, like, Raven and Crow are both related, but it seems like in terms of all the parents, like, unless Watts is Jacques' brother, it's like, oh, Willow, does she have any siblings? No. Like, Callie and Gira, as far as we know, no. Tai Yang, no. And I feel like that's just not, so at least, like, for somewhere out there in the world, for...
Maybe.
You know what I mean? And we've even seen that before, like Little Miss Malachite is the mother of the Malachite twins. And even though they're in different continents, you still have family out there. And I think that would sort of be interesting if Robin was somehow related to Tai. That's my essay on that.
Okay.
But yeah, I doubt that she's like Yang's illegitimate sister or something.
I do doubt that. I think she's just a person kind of unrelated.
But eye color has been important in RWBY, so at the same time, I don't know.
I suppose so.
You know what I mean?
I think she likely has more relationships with Clover or with Winter or people in kind of
eye color has historically sort of symbolized relation, except Penny's eyes are the same as Clover's, so let's just ignore that. But I'm saying, like, Raven and Crow both have the same eye color, like, stuff like that. Like, all the Shnees obviously all look alike. Even, Blake and her parents all share, I think, the same eye color, and so it's sort of like, that's something that they've used. I can't remember the term of it. We've talked about it before, but in, like, kids' TV, when the child looks like an exact blend of both their parents, so children can understand who's related to who.
The Boruto effect?
I guess so. I don't know. They called it something else, but yeah, I sort of wonder about them. And so that was a close one, you're telling me. And so I really like how I
really dug that scene. It felt very tense. I love how worried Goat Girl is. I love her so much.
Yeah, I really like Robin as a character. Yeah. I hope that she has more than these 3 people.
Although I do find them interesting.
Because I feel like this was sort of a stealth situation.
Yeah.
Right? And so they were going to take them out stealthily, but I hope she has like 20 happy huntresses, or like this is sort of lame if like the hero of Mantle only has 3 other people to help her out.
But I do like how they do seem kind of ragged revolutionaries.
I guess
like they're not overly flashy.
Like
they're very much so
Robin Hood didn't have 3 guys, is what I'm saying. Like give her another like 10 people and we'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that there probably are more. She just didn't bring them all out here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where did they come from? Who's driving the truck? Like, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are probably people that are still a part of them around there. Anyway, moving on to the Winter and Weiss part of this episode. I really like this fight scene. Like, I thought this was really good. And you sort of see, like, at first you think that Raven won. Raven. At first you think that Winter won, but then it's evenly matched. Yes. Right?
So they're both developing a whole lot.
And I like how she still says that they're sloppy. Like that,
But like it's sloppy, but it's worse. So like underhanded comment.
And look at this. So I didn't intend it that way. And then I says we all make mistakes, I guess. Like that was a nice little that was nice. I really liked that. And I also really like clinging to the family name anymore, because Winter seems a little bit unaware of Weiss's aspirations. Like, yes, they're not clinging to the family name as in, I'm a Schnee, right? You know what I mean? But Weiss still wants to be the person that changes the Schnee Dust Company. At least I think that she does. Like, I'm still a little bit, you know what I mean? And so I feel like that this is sort of the split between them, is that Winter wanted to sort of run away and avoid Jacques, and she's sort of trying to get Weiss to come with her in a sense, but Weiss wants to face him head on and take back the company and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And so I understand what Winter's saying, like, oh, like, you're just not a part of Father's stuff
Master
anymore.
plan.
Right? You know what I mean? And I get that, but I'm like, she's not distancing herself in a sense. She's they're distancing themselves from Jacques, but eventually I feel like Weiss isn't just gonna be like, well, fuck that, I'm not a Schnee anymore, sort of like Winter in a sense, because that's, Winter has done that. She's like, yeah, I'm in the military, fuck you.
I just noticed something about Winter's outfit. Can you go back for a moment? Okay, so look at her, yeah, thank you.
Sure.
Look at her shirt there. Okay, so there's a belt, but the belt goes through her jacket. So is there like a slit there? Like a belt slit? And also, it doesn't look like that.
I think the belt is on. Yeah, I think.
Or is it all one piece of clothing?
Hold on.
And like the belt and the jacket aren't separate.
So you would put the flaps connected. So you would put on the coat, then put on the belt, then put the flap over, and then button it up, and then you'd put that belt like this.
Or are all these things just like sewn together?
No, I'm pretty sure they're detachable.
And you can like just pop that
so
off.
much
and
for RWBY making things that are friendly for cosplayers to wear. Like, I'm sure Winter has pockets, but like everything else is just like, really?
I feel like it would be easier if you sewed it into one thing, but then again, it looks like it has kind of, I don't know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it has a button flap. But anyway, so Weiss is like walking away, and she doesn't like how the kingdom is going. But I like how Winter says, like, they'll do it eventually. I like how Weiss says this, and I sort of wonder who this is referring to, in a sense, because everyone thinks what they're doing is right,
that could refer
but usually
to Ozpin.
They're looking out for themselves. And so I feel like that refers to Ozpin and their secrets, right? Because that's to Ozpin. But, who else has done that, right? Like Salem, in a sense. She thought she was doing what was right, but she was doing something selfish to bring Ozma back from the dead.
That's interesting that she's taken a lesson away from Ozma and Salem's.
Yeah, if that's sort of referring to that, right? Yes. And then you also have, like, something that will hopefully happen this volume. Like, Neo, okay, here's my next prediction, all right? If Neo and Cinder appear, they're gonna appear on the winter cliffhanger. Like, the Christmas break cliffhanger. Like, you know how every Christmas they skip an episode for, like, a week or two? And so, like, I feel like that if they come back this volume, that is where they are going to be, right? You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that, well, that is that about that. You know what I mean? And so that could also sort of be something else. Like, Neo thinks she's doing what's right and getting revenge for Roman.
Yes.
But it's really just for her. You know what I mean? In a sense. Like, I feel like it could apply to a lot of characters. Even, like, Robin. Like, like, depending on how things go. Like,
or maybe even Jacques. I mean, I think it's specifically.
Jacques and Ironwood are mostly, and then obviously Ozpin. But you sort of think about it, and you also think about earlier, like, RWBY saying, I want to do what's best, but I'm not sure if what's best is what's right. Like, I feel like it's theming throughout, like, this entire volume is what I'm trying to say. And so I like how we just get into, I'm just going to skip past this a little bit because it's just sort of with me.
And now, the second this happened, we were both like, okay, we're seeing
the Winter Maiden. And so we want to make a proper theory about this, and so that had a sign. Exam room.
Yeah, they all.
So I guess it must be like a military, like, hospital.
Yes.
More so, but it's like in the basement of this military hospital
where they keep the iPads and the armed security and the 50,000 CC.
I want to see that exam. It's probably second floor or sector or something like.
Yeah, look at all the amount of cameras I found hilarious.
Oh boy, imagine if there's a shot that's like Watts. Like, this seems to be already paralleled with the Watts shot where the camera's seeing her. But like, imagine if Watts comes down here later and disables all the cameras and it's sort of like a parallel shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want Watts to kill the old lady. But he might. He might kill the old lady. But yeah, I like how Weiss goes up here. And so these are the pods, I'm assuming, the soul transfer
like
pods.
Like what occurred with Amber
or something.
and Kira.
Unless it's a shower, which I'm like, ah! Yeah, so it looks like
she's getting a sponge bath. I feel
like when the Winter Maiden dies, just to make sure that it goes, because she could die any second though, so I don't know how they would plan this. Maybe they get an alert on their phone like, hey, her heart rate's going down. So it's like they put her in here and transfer it to Winter, but at the same time, that may be a backup.
I mean, that's also why Winter is able to be with her.
Because the thing is, like, they're trying to make it happen naturally. Yeah. That Winter will naturally think of, or that the Winter Maiden will naturally think of Winter. Right? And that it'll... But I feel like these pods may be some sort of backup situation. Some sort of backup plan. You know what I mean? Because they may have to use those if she's actually been thinking of Nora. And we'll talk about that. Her name is Freya, and we have a sort of a theory about that.
We have a pretty big theory on that.
But yeah, and so she's like, Oh,
I wonder what flowers are adorning her.
Yeah, you know what these look like?
Are those poppies?
No. These? They look like little Christmas flowers.
Okay.
A little bit. I thought you meant those flowers over there, the lilies. What do lilies represent? Do you want to look that up, Hunter, while I'm talking? And so, like, you also have some bread, like a lime, some apples, and I'm just like, is this really what you're feeding this lady?
What if she wants some apples and some bread, you know?
And like half of a lemon? Like, what do you mean?
Food that are really easy to eat when you're incredibly old and don't have any teeth, you know? Like hard baguettes.
I guess the lemon could be, what am I even trying to say right now? The lemon could be for the tea. So I want to sort of look at what these pictures are a little more. So Hunter thought that this was, I think this is all just fucking concept art. They just slapped on the wall.
Probably.
Because this is Menagerie.
Yes.
Okay, this seems like the cliff in Mistral, and that seems like it's supposed to be Crow, right? Because there's a little bird flying away. So that's like the Volume 4 concept art. This seems to be Mistral, and that gives me hope that she is related to, you know, maybe she's just been all over the world. And then here, like, this just seems snowy. But I can't tell.
So lilies apparently most commonly mean devotion or purity.
Okay. That's not really helpful. I mean, maybe devotion to Ironwood, because Winter probably brought the flowers for her, right? But I'm looking at this, and I'm like, what the fuck is this supposed to be? Like, look at this with me, Hunter. What is this supposed to be?
I don't know, like a...
Like a school?
It seems like
there are desks
library
in there.
even?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm just like, what is this?
That other one looks like an Arctic cave.
Yeah. I don't know what these all are. These are probably just medicines, like the medicine that they're putting in her. But yeah, I'm just sort of looking at this, and I'm just like, well, what is this one supposed to be? But I'm pretty sure that this one is supposed to be Mistral, and this one probably is also supposed to be Mistral, just because of the curtains and like all that stuff. So she says, I do like hot tea on a cold day. Reminds me of home. So it's like
what's home?
Does she know where she is? Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe she's not from Atlas?
Because Atlas is cold, but if she's from Mistral, that would sort of help with, like, the Nora situation, right? It's like, does she look like Nora, though?
Kind of.
I think she does, because of the hair. Yeah. And again, we are going to do a theory on this, but Nora has very short hair.
Also, I feel like she's an old character that, like, looks old.
Yeah.
Like kind of like Maria, that like, okay, you can see like the
wrinkles. And she's thin, right?
Yeah.
Like, I like that Kruby didn't just put some fucking
my grandmother
wrinkles on her.
Wow, that 30-year-old with the Sharpie frown lines on their skin. Why are they in the
She asks, so she says, all right, hold on. Reminds me of home. And then she asks, is it cold outside? And so she says, yes, dear. So it is cold outside. Right? And so I'm sort of like, well, is she from Atlas? Because she said the cold reminds her of home.
Imagine if
but she's not home right now. She's in some military
my
area.
idea is that maybe she's kind of like has dementia. So she's saying dear to Winter because she
No, but Winter said that. Winter's called her dear.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Rather, she's trying to take like that kind of... Okay, it's just an idea that like, what if she has maybe dementia, is not entirely there, and maybe thinks that...
Winter's her granddaughter.
Yes,
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Is that, like, she thinks that Winter is her granddaughter that she remembers, and so she thinks that she's being taken care of by her granddaughter.
Also, it appears as though her experience points are very low, which is very upsetting.
I don't think that's what it's supposed to be.
I don't think she's going to be able to Ooh, I don't know about that.
Anyway, so yeah, I think that it, you know, like, I don't know. I think that Winter, again, we'll try
There's something here, and we're going to work on the theory and probably come back tomorrow and make the video
Exactly.
on it.
But I do feel like, I don't think maybe she has dementia, but, like, because she seems pretty lucid, but maybe she's had some type of, like, oldness amnesia where she just...
or dementia.
Yeah, but there's a difference between dementia, and dementia just, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I feel like it's sort of like there's dementia and then there's, like, something like Alzheimer's. Like, she could be more...
Alzheimer's is worse, I believe.
Yeah.
Alzheimer's...
Maybe I'm getting the two confused.
And Alzheimer's, like, you don't know how to, like, work a fork anymore.
Yeah. So what isn't,
dementia is, I think, just memory loss.
Is it?
Yes,
okay.
I believe so. Although in Alzheimer's...
Maybe I got them the other way around. Anyway, but yeah. I feel like that's... Can we see her eye color? What color are Nora's eyes? I think they're more...
They're green.
Okay.
Are they?
I think
they're blue.
Are Nora's eyes blue?
I think they're blue.
We'll go back and check Nora after. And so Winter's like, she could pass any day now. And I'm just like, really? Because, I mean, look at her right there. Like, that doesn't look good, sis.
She could, like, look at how low her XP is. She's going to, anyway.
But yeah, I like how Weiss is just so freaked out by this. But yeah, so she's in the middle of a painting, too. And it just seems like some sort of mountain, and so yes, I wonder if that is where...
But it's incomplete, so...
Yeah, what if that's, like, where... Because remember, the Grimm situation, like, the reason why they accidentally woke up the Grimm was because they were going around a mountain, right? Like, in Volume 4.
Yes.
Like, were they going through or around a mountain? Like, what if that could be another hint? That's what I'm saying. And
she
so,
has
yeah.
blue eyes.
Nora has blue eyes, guys. Yes. You heard it here first. If that's your grandma, though, okay? They're a couple generations removed in terms of eye color stuff.
Well, I mean, a single generation.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter, but the hair looks similar enough for me. But I like that Winter sort of, you know, says that she chose her path. And made this her own and stuff like that. I don't know if she believes that or is she sure of that. She sounds sure out loud, but maybe, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see the fight between the human side of things, because what if they do remember that, like, what if the old lady does remember that Nora is her granddaughter, and then it's like, okay, well, do we give these powers to Nora, right? Like, sort of thing. Like, that could be the conflict for Ironwood. He's like, do you let Nora have the Winter Maiden powers, and Nora is Nora, right?
Yeah.
Or do you forcibly kill the Winter Maiden and transfer the powers in the pod? Does that make sense? Like, instead of letting her die naturally and having the thoughts go to Winter, she's really thinking about, no, you know what I mean? To avoid that as a possibility from happening. Like, I feel like Ironwood would... Maybe that's where Ironwood does something bad.
Yeah.
Is that he is sort of like, well, we can't have this fucking happen, so we better, you know, just...
That kind of blows...
Let her die and then put it into Winter,
that
right?
That kind of blows our theory of it going into Penny, if it's going into Winter.
Yeah, I mean, that could also be an option later, depending on what happens, because Penny... That's the thing, is that I'm sort of like, why wouldn't he put it into Penny? Because AI is a lot more reliable than a person, but maybe he thinks that Winter... You know, they basically gave Penny the worst personality she could have to be specialized Atlas personnel. Yeah, does that make sense? Like, I don't know what was up with that, but yeah, I feel like he just trusts Winter more than Penny to an extent. And yeah.
And after that bombshell went off,
this message comes from a contact who has marked all communications with you as classified.
Oh boy.
Right? And so I really like that. And he's like, check the news, and so here we go.
Missing journalist found slain in her Midtown apartment.
So did Tyrion follow a girl home and murder her in her house? Like,
probably. Perimeter wall damage last month. Resources and funding are not there.
Are not there. Stalled.
Stalled? Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say Stallined, but that's not the word.
No, that's
so
not the word.
Unfortunately, while we're taking screenshots, our little timer bar's in the way. But I feel like that's our stalled surface level grim attacks increase. Like, yes, I feel like that's basically
it wasn't terribly important. What was more important was
live from the Schnee Manor. So basically, yes. I feel like this is definitely where Watts came in. Like, he definitely helped. He helped Jacques with the strategic maneuvering, right? And so basically, Jacques is basically, is this okay? Is this even allowed to do this? He's threatening people, right? He's basically saying, if I don't get elected, you won't have your jobs back. Is that not coercion to get people to vote for you? It is coercion,
but it's also, he's shifting the blame onto Ironwood.
I know that, but I'm like, is this allowed? Like, can he do that?
But,
I don't know. I would think this isn't allowed because here's the thing, okay? He's, like, there's one thing like, oh, like, we're gonna create new jobs, right? But he is somebody with a business, and he is manipulating the business for political gain, right? Like, you know, when somebody's running for president, don't they have to put their businesses aside or something?
They do have to divest from their businesses.
And so this isn't divesting from your business, right? Because he is using his business to get people to vote for him. Like, imagine if, like, Steve Jobs, okay, or whoever, like, let's say the guy that was running Amazon, okay? What if he was like, okay, you know, like, if you guys don't vote for Donald Trump in the election, then I'm closing down Amazon, because I've already made my money. We're halting until, you know what I mean, and told all his employees that. What else are they gonna do? Right? And I don't think in our world any corporation would realistically do that and, like, stop all their production.
Yeah, I don't think people would realistically do that, so I think people would assume it has to be Ironwood that's causing this, because why would he want to close down unless his businesses unless he had to?
But he's made it seem like he has to. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but I'm saying in our world, I doubt that any, like, CEO would shut down their business like that to get someone to vote. But, like, if they did, wouldn't that be, like, illegal or something?
Although, to be fair, like, a lot of, like, iron or, like, steel manufacturing companies in the U.S. said, like, we're going to close down unless potentially you voted for a president that would be for higher tariffs, and then Donald Trump got elected, higher tariffs were imposed.
How is that? That doesn't sound very legal. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like, that's the thing, though, is that part of being...
It's more illegal because Jacques is doing it and Jacques is also running. Does that make sense? Like,
because
if it's another business, then that's
But then again, we don't know council law, so maybe you don't have to... I mean, Atlas seems like a relatively corrupt place, potentially.
You know what I mean? Like, it's different if, like, a company just says that, like the steel thing that you're talking about. But this is Jacques directly, and he's in charge of that decision. And he's basically saying, if you don't vote for me, you're never getting your jobs back. And I'm just like, how, sis? Like, how is that? That doesn't seem like it should be something that's allowed, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it seems like if you're running for something, he should have had to given the reins over to Whitley. Like,
oh my God.
You know what I mean? Or
I'm divesting to my sons. Funnily enough, Donald Trump also did that. Moving forward.
I guess he could just tell Whitley to do that, but at the same time, it's like illegal. Like, this is not.
Yeah, no, I don't think you'd. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, because he's basically saying, hey, I'm not gonna reopen until I get elected, so fucking vote for me. Like, that's what he's trying to do. But he's
shifting the blame to also go back. Was that one of the moms from earlier that's sitting in the bar?
I don't know, maybe. But
she was so thirsty that she had to take a drink.
He says he's forced to shut down or whatever. And so he does say to fix what Ironwood's broken, but I feel like it's not necessarily about Ironwood.
People
I hope you ask yourself before the vote, can you trust anyone else to stop Ironwood? Will Robin Hill be able to get your jobs back? It's more like, you gotta vote for me, or else you're not getting your job.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, is that it's like you're causing this. So are people's anger that we see now directed at Ironwood, or is it directed at...
So we got Mantle Daily News, we got the Atlas Eye Opener, all right? Lance of Liberty, which is weird to use a grim as your news symbol, but sure, okay. But yeah, and so then it all
it's very odd. But then it's like, is the anger directed at, like, at Ironwood, or is it directed at Jacques? Because it would make sense that Watts would try to also fuck over
I think it can be both.
I guess.
You know what I mean? Like, they're angry that Jacques is doing it. Because, like, here's the thing. People are, like, easy for you to say as a schnee heiress. Like, Forrest said that. So I feel like people aren't just going to be bullshitted by Jacques being like, it's so hard on our family. We can't survive up here in our mansion, so I must cut down the operations, right? So I feel like people are going to be mad at Jacques, but they're also going to be mad at Ironwood because they put Jacques in the position where he's allowed to do that in the first place. Does that make sense? So I feel like people aren't going to be like, yeah, you go, Jacques. Fuck Ironwood. Like, I don't know why they would do that. That seems a little weird, considering that, like, Jacques is up there in his ivory, like, literally his ivory mansion, you know what I mean, his little tower, and people don't seem to be very receptive to that, considering how Forrest treated Weiss, right? You know what I mean? Like, easy for you Sneeze to say, like, who is really gonna be like, oh, Jacques has it so hard, it's all Ironwood's fault. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna think that. I think it's gonna be
it would be more interesting, I think, if Jacques' like, and they hate me, and Watts is like, I don't know, maybe you should have done it better. And just because he's fucking over Jacques. Maybe that is the opportunity for Watts to be like, and this is where you, like, and now
but
I have a monologue
people didn't hate Jacques before. That's what I'm trying to say.
Did people hate Jacques before?
I think that people do hate Jacques. I mean, again, considering what Forrest said, I think that it's a case of they hate Jacques, but at the same time, Jacques runs their business. Like, you know, Jacques is their employer, so they really have no choice.
I feel like people hate Jacques now just because they hate a lot of people.
I feel like they probably would have hated Jacques before. I mean, the Faunist already did, right?
Oh, yeah,
like,
obviously.
You know, you have the White Fang people, obviously, but you have Faunists that are in the dust mine. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes people are just angry. I don't feel like it matters who they're angry at.
Political. So at the end of the day, they're probably more upset at the idea of all the Snee Dust Company things being closed, and they don't exactly know who to direct that anger at.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just sort of one of those things where it's like, if they're mad at Jacques, or they're mad at Ironwood, or they're mad at Robin, even though she didn't, I mean, maybe it's because she didn't do anything.
Although, potentially, he might say, like, you know,
what if Robin takes advantage of this situation and she's like, all right, people of Mantle, the people that live up on Atlas, they've been living up their high for too long. Like, Jacques Schnee is up there living in his mansion while we're all down here starving, and Viva la Revolution, and now suddenly it's Les Mis. That's pretty much what I'm guessing. Because Robin could really use this to her advantage, because I feel like people aren't really mad at her.
Yeah, no.
Right? She's still the hometown hero. So if anything, you know, we're going to get the mob scene from Beauty and the Beast, except it's Robin and them are going up to Atlas.
Even if people did blame Robin, and I don't think I could say that was unrealistic, because oftentimes mob mentality, you end up blaming people who aren't to blame for societal issues.
You just know, like, you know in Hunchback of Notre Dame, when Phoebus is like, hear me, people of Paris, are you gonna let Frollo do this shit? And they're like, no! And so I feel like, you know, that's what she could do.
I also think it's
France just has the best revolutions, okay? You have Hunchback of Notre Dame, you have Les Mis, written by the same person, by
Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is a fictitious revolution.
And Les Mis.
And Les Mis, which was a real revolution, however, that wasn't like the French Revolution, that was just one revolution. That didn't
and then the real French Revolution, like, I'm just saying.
That revolution didn't end up very well.
I'm just saying.
Just a lot of people
this is great.
with the guillotine.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, they previously mentioned how Jacques was just like, after he commandeered that dust mine, how after Jacques commandeered the dust mine.
Sure, yeah.
Ironwood commandeered the dust mine, how Jacques was said, like, you have given me a rope to hang you with.
Yeah.
The noose to hang you with. What if now, like, they're going to incorporate that, like, dust mine? It's like, maybe, because there isn't, like, is there a lack of dust? Is there...
Well, I think...
And if anything, there's too much dust.
You can't get the dust to other people.
So there's too much dust in Atlas, which means that the price has dropped, which they don't like.
Yeah, I guess.
So... I
mean, they could just not sell it, but I feel like that's a problem. They're not selling anything, because they can't sell it to huntsmen that are in other
But they also can't sell it because there's too much, and, you know, it's...
Well, there's not enough demand.
Yeah, there's too much supply, not enough demand, so they would have to lower the price, but we know that if we wait a little longer, we could sell it for more. Yeah. I feel like it'd be more interesting if they got into the economics of it. Although maybe I'd be the only person.
Like, 100,
I feel like,
no,
I mean, I don't know.
No
that's just me, I guess.
Anyway, I really want Robin to be like, hear me, people of Mantle, and, like, go.
Do you want to cut a white-haired wanker with me?
Yeah.
Go team.
Exactly. Like, I feel like she can definitely use this to her advantage, right? If she's not still in the tundra, I'm assuming they went home by now. It's been, like, days.
Be chilly.
You know what I mean?
No? Do they have a tent?
But yeah, so
and that cuts with that. So next episode, there's
remember when we talk about on our right board, we talk about Penny going all Princess Euphemia on everyone.
You mentioned it, but I don't think you've written it.
Yes, I did.
I don't see it.
All right. It says right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It says, what's making Penny go Euphemia? Hacking. Brackets. And so our sort of thought was like, what if Penny massacres the people of Mantle? That would probably be pretty bad.
That was my prediction.
The people that she would remember, because Robin, well, I put the Princess Euphemia thing on it because I watched Code Geass. But the thing was, like, Robin's like, oh, the protector of Mantle. Like, she rubbed that in a second time. You know what I mean?
And also, so, Penny looked like that kind of hurt a little.
Yeah, and so, like, what if they keep bringing this up? I'm the new protector of Mantle. Yeah. Oh, the protector of Mantle. Like, Penny is not going to protect Mantle, sis. I think that's sort of the point that they're getting at here. I think Penny may massacre some people from Mantle. Whoops. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have to say for now. I feel like that we'll probably do one video on the Winter Maiden and one video on the Mantle situation and how that could affect next episode. But yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Thank you to all the patrons over on Patreon who support our channel. Their names will be showcased now.